Yeah, I'm back with another video in the making. Yeah, I dropped a video not too long ago. I was getting some good traction and all that. But I just noticed, like, a lot of the women who come by that video leaving comments, I just look at them. Those are the women who are the lost ones out here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. They're always talking about a guy's damage or hurt. They don't even know. They don't even understand. Like guys, we can say these things. Well, me personally, I can say what I say because I'm at a level in my life, man. Like I'm not even mad at women nor at black women. I'm not mad at all. Like, I say all this stuff, still fucking with black women. It's like, damn if you do, you damn if you don't. Like, you can't really combat the criticism. Like, the women who get it do, the women who don't. It's like, I was combating some of them comments, but I just thought about saying, no, just let the shit marinate and sting some of the black women who it applied to. Like, it's not really an attack on anything. Like, it's just my personal experience and observations, which are valid. A lot of guys, man, you got some simps who came on that video page, who commented on that page, on my page, my channel, on some simp stuff. Then I go to their page, and I had not one video, nor even a photo of how they look. Now, mind you, I don't have a photo of how, well, that photo actually is me back in the day when I had longer hair. I used to wear my hair wild with a line and a sharp line up. That was like back in my late, early 30s. Shit, for y'all who don't know, shit, I'm 44 years old, man. I don't give a damn. I'm not like these dudes. Some of these guys, they trying to hide their age and shit. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. 44 years old, baby. Don't give a damn. Like, hey, as long as I'm not elderly, hell, I wish I can live. Well, hey, never know. Shit, miracles do happen. I'll be 1,000 years old, but I ain't about to venture off into that. But hey, yeah, you got a lot of disgruntled women, black women, who hurt you, all that traditional stuff. It's not about hurt, man. Like, really, no woman has really hurt me. I knock on wood, I don't want it to happen, but I haven't really been cut deep. The only way a woman typically will make me feel bad is if I went against my greater judgment, lower my guard or something. That's really when people can cut me in general. They can kind of mess with my emotions when I know better and go against my better judgment. I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Or I knew she was like that. Or I knew he was like that. Then they kind of cut deep. Or if I'm nice to somebody, and I still know what I know, and will go against my greater judgment and get burned. As most of all, you be mad at yourself. With me personally, I'll be mad at myself. But yeah, I guess this is kind of like a response video or a little touch up to what's going on. Now, I've left many videos before that haven't gotten no traction. I guess that video was the sweet spot for YouTube. I've left a lot of relationship, some trial and error. Y'all might have seen some of my cold approach attempts where you step to women on the street. That was me getting back into the game. I took a 10-year hiatus off of women, like in 2010. Like, actually, I took that off because I was messing with some broad. I had a ASVAB for the Navy the next fucking day, and I smashed the chick. She came back. She came at me, called me up out the blue, and I had a damn ASVAB the next day, early in the morning. And the reason why I failed that ASVAB, because I was bigger than what I am now, but I was 1% over the body weight limit, and failed the shit. Something that probably wouldn't have happened if I would have took my ass to sleep. When you sleep, your fluid level balances out. I probably would have lost that in water weight when I went to piss or something. So I passed the ASVAB with a good score, everything. The physical, all that, except I was too damn overweight. Fucking with a broad, some random broad I met online, came over, black chick. I can't really blame her, but she was drunk coming from a club. She wanted some stuff, some DICK. At the time, that's how I really got it in, meeting chicks online, which I do now. I guess I ain't gonna say I'm a master, but I'm pretty damn good at getting numbers from online. That's where I shine. Other guys, they can just step to women in the streets, but mainly guys ain't doing that no more. So that's another thing too. So, but yeah, I said, man, I'm gonna take a break. I took 10 years. It probably was over 10 years because I started getting back. I broke the hiatus when I smashed a chick. She was an older lady, a little bit older than me. In October 2002 or something like that. No, 2001. Yeah. So I got back in. I started trying to get that chicks heavy again. I started going out, trying to holler at chicks. I had a mask on during COVID. That shit didn't really work. That's probably why I wasn't really that successful, because it took a while for me to stop wearing the mask. Actually, I stopped wearing the mask when Kevin Samuels died. I was like, damn, that shit was so damn shocking. Yeah, I used to fuck with Kevin Samuels. I didn't agree with everything he said, but for the most part, I'll say 95% of what he said was accurate. So yeah, I wasn't no high value man. Some of that stuff said he was saying, it didn't really cut me. It is what it is. Some men had that kind of money, some don't. Some men are working towards it. But my philosophy was a little bit different. So I wasn't trying to spend a lot of money on a chick anyway, even if I was a millionaire. Because the value of a man is not based on his wallet, man. Like, the value of a man is based on who he is. Like, a lot of you ladies out here, black women in particular, because y'all the most offended, it seems. Y'all don't understand that a guy who knows how y'all operate, he understands that all y'all bring to the table is some pussy, man. See, the thing is, guys, a lot of black men, or men in general, y'all caught up in an illusion. Y'all think a woman is bringing something else, but you don't really sit and analyze what's happening. I sit and analyze. I was always that child, that kid who sat down and just analyzed and thought about stuff. Always thought about things in hindsight to figure out what went wrong and what I can do to improve the situation going into the future. I just started thinking about a lot of women in general. Go to the clubs. I got tired of going to the clubs. I just started looking around, like, going to the clubs, might sit at the bar, might get a drink. Is this really fun? I would start thinking about that kind of stuff. I would see a lot of you women at the table talking to your girls. You might have something to drink. Y'all just looking at the guys and nodding, sitting on your high horse, looking at the dudes. Dudes step to you, doing all that shit. And I'm thinking, like, how these women actually get dudes? Like, how they actually getting dudes? They shooting down every dude. Dudes ain't really talking to y'all on the street. See, but the thing is, a lot of you women, y'all get dudes because y'all would look up on a guy. Y'all would look up on a guy via association with your girls or maybe your co-workers, dudes you didn't grow up with in school, you know, you met on the block. But when you put the pieces together, you start thinking, how these people really meet? And they so damn hostile. They say they want guys to talk to them, but you know, another thing too, y'all let y'all girls fuck it up for y'all. See, that's the thing why a lot of guys these days ain't talking to y'all, because we gotta impress your girls too. So if your girls don't like us, you won't like us. That kind of herd mentality crap. You know, gotta impress your girl too. Then you wonder why your girl getting smashed by that same dude. Like, you sleeping with my girl? Yeah, you sleeping with your girl, cause your girl co-signed her, dummy. She co-signed. You said, yeah, she gave you the head nod at the club or wherever you met her. Like, yeah. Really in her mind, like, yeah, I fucked that nigga too. And she ended up fucking with the dude, you dumbass. So why not get a guy who your girl don't like? Now, if the guy's abusive or something like that, I can see a girl kind of like trying to tugging your coat or something. But if she's talking about the dude is not that attractive, but you find him attractive, you would want that, wouldn't you? When you want that, you would want that, wouldn't you? That means she ain't gonna really be wanting to fuck with him like that. But nope. You want a dude who every girl like. Yeah, well, it comes with problems. So that's how that go. But about all this interracial stuff, I really don't care if you black women are dating interracially. Y'all can do all that. I just don't like y'all bashing black men because of it. And yeah, you got some black men, they date interracially. They think, you know, they can bash black women and all that. But I'm not one of them dudes. I date interracial. I date whomever I like. But I mainly date black women. But I ain't gonna say, oh, I got the cheat sheet or the cheat code, because now I got a white woman or some Asian woman. No, like, I can honestly say all my crushes in my life have been for black women, dark-skinned black women in particular. You know, I used to be infatuated with some dark-skinned women. So you can say what y'all want. Y'all can talk about I've been hurt. Don't say I hate black women. That's a bold-faced lie. You know, maybe you can say I've been hurt. That's a stretch. I can't really recall. But thing is, that's not gonna help y'all keep saying black men are hurt. Y'all can't keep saying black men are hurt as a way to kind of invalidate what we're saying about you all, or from our perspective. Everybody can't be hurt giving real commentary. We can't all be damaged. Somebody got to be telling the real. Or you can't handle the real, or you're trying to stop the momentum of a video or something going viral by bashing it. You're just kind of helping it out. You know, what do I get from this? You know, maybe I can help some guys out, or help some black women, or some women in general see where guys is coming from, or a guy coming from. You know, so that's my take. That's my take on that. You know, as a man get up in age, around my age, and we start kind of getting like, I don't want to say like lethargic, but our mentality changed. Like all that men ain't shitting. That shit just sounds stupid, man. Like, it sounds dumb as hell. Like, you think like, you bitches still on that? These broads are still on that stuff. Men ain't shit. Then you have some men. That shit it doesn't really make sense, like, to keep going back and forth. I can understand some young women and some young men talking like that. But you got women my age and older still talking like that. You didn't figure the game out yet. You didn't figure the game out. You still talking about men ain't shit. Meanwhile, there's successful black women couples together. I don't get it. But another thing too, ladies, black women in particular, or hell, shit, any other race that may apply, or women, like, men wanting to fuck you doesn't trump everything. Like, you don't get to dictate dates. You don't get to dictate a man spending on you, because that's all you bring it to the table, or that prospect. You don't get to tell him what he needs to do. You better get on your knees, man. And some of y'all might be hearing this as some kind of male chauvinistic stuff. A lot of you women don't understand the dire situation y'all in. Y'all watched it happen to my mom, to my sister. My mom had 3 children. Me, my brother, and my sister. Now my sister, younger sister, she's one of them hard-headed type of women, type of bras and all that. She thought she was better than my mom. She thought she was gonna do it better. She didn't really get along with my mom. She put her kids off on my mom to raise and stuff. And she ended up having 5 baby daddies and almost twice the number of children. She only 35. She still got time to break that record. 5 children. So she didn't overtop my mom. She did worse. But yeah, she's a nurse. I helped her become a nurse. She wasn't even gonna do that. I had to write her entry paper. Completely made up everything. Said things about her character that wasn't even true. But I wrote her paper in a way to make it seem like she wasn't groveling, but yet confident at the same time. See, like I told her that day when she asked me to help her out, I said, "You called me on a good day. It must be meant." And she got in. And COVID might have helped her get in too, during COVID time. So now she's an LPN, about to be an RN if she keep it up. But she got a hood rat mentality, man. Me and her fell out. So you can't tell her nothing. I had to kind of have soft hand gloves when talking to her about men, because as soon as I mentioned something about our side, what we require and what we desire, she go on the defensive like most black women do. Like, that's not helping y'all. Y'all don't have no kind of empathetic ear to what a black man is saying. Y'all just going off of what y'all done heard or some of y'all experiences. Y'all don't even go off of what y'all see. Y'all see there's black men and black women couples out here. Why don't y'all go and ask them how they survived and how they sticking together? That's a template. That's a successful template of black men and black women couples. Y'all don't even care about that shit. That's a damn shame. Y'all just hear the bad and negative. But what really is, but why y'all don't really get it, or why y'all don't want to learn, is because y'all stubborn. And y'all and all y'all life, guys was trying to hit it. And that's all your game playing revolves around is sex. Guys wanting to hit it. Y'all didn't develop no skill set in addition to sex. Some of y'all say, well, I had a guy, he cheated and all this. That's the way of the world, man. Like, you don't think I gotta deal with that? Like, we live in a society, American society, where cheating is not really shunned no more. Back in the day, if a woman had a child out of wedlock, they would send that young lady down south to kind of hide the shame. And she would be ashamed, I had a child out of wedlock. That's not shameful no more. So, like, we're in a society where sex is everywhere. There's no, we're in a society where genders, they're trying to, dominant white society trying to wipe out genders and all that. So if you're in a society like that where everybody can fuck have sex with each other and all this stuff, the morality is not going to be strong for like faithfulness. Now if you want to go, if you want that kind of strong, faithful, kind of committed situation, try another country like a Muslim country or something. See, people say those women is kind of trapped and all that, but that's a society you would kind of need. Maybe not the real strict, strong arm of a man on a woman, but you need a society that kind of panders to the code of marriage. It lifts marriage up and hold it in high esteem. America's not the place that holds marriage in high esteem. So that's some of your problems right there, black women and ladies in general. We live in a country that marriage and relationships not held in high esteem. Somebody cheats, they're not shunned by the village, by the town. Somebody step out their marriage, oh, whoop-de-doo. Somebody just, stepped out their marriage. Shit happens. It's not a society that punishes that or ostracizes people for stepping out on their marriage and all that. See, in the Middle Eastern countries, they do. You step out on your marriage, you get beat to death or killed, or people look at you funny, That's what you're dealing with. So you got all that stuff working against you. It's like a man and woman. They're like in the candy store, sex shop. Anybody can have sex and, do it the way they wanna, with whoever they wanna. Understand the world you living in. This ain't the olden times. You can't ask for that. You can ask for it. It's just not gonna make sense that you're gonna really get it. You got to work hard at it. Like my cousins, female cousins who are in committed marriages and successful marriages so far, they were devout Christians. Still are. They pretty much most of their life went to church every Sunday. Now some people don't like Christianity; they don't want to hear it. But it's not the religion; it's the devotion. We can say, well, Christianity may not be real and this and that, and it got some questionable things in it. But the part where they value marriage, and that side of my family is strong. They committed to that. Their mother and father took their ass to church every Sunday. Even my girl cousin, they went to church. It was a family church. Pastor died some years ago, but they still go. That's on my mother's side. They go to church, man, every day. They committed to that doctrine. They committed to the parts that says, till death do you part. They committed to that. A lot of you women, a lot of you black women, y'all don't have no kind of foundation. Y'all don't have none of that stuff. And y'all dealing with men and vice versa. Men are y'all dealing with women who don't have no kind of commitment to nothing, no religious commitment. Y'all don't have no foundation in holy matrimony. Marriage is a real discipline. It's not something that you ladies can just hop into because your girl's doing it, or you think it make you look good, or they give you high esteem. That's like a monk. A Chinese monk or something. That's on that level. Don't you know what that is? Marriage. That ain't no fucking fad, man. That's real deal. That means one of your significant other get injured, lose a leg, lose a limb. Are you gonna be there, motherfucker? Are you gonna be there? Or are you gonna hightail it out? Or they don't have the money that they used to make. You gone? You out of here, huh? See, y'all don't think about that. Y'all not real, man. Y'all don't know what that means, marriage means. Y'all think it's a cute thing to do. You just want to take some wedding photos and eat some wedding cake and put some damn wedding cake frosting on your guy's nose so you can lick it off. And all that shit, that little cutesy shit. and toss the damn bouquet over your shoulder. You just want to do that shit. You don't know about the grit of marriage. What you know about the grit? Get down into it. What if your man need a kidney or something? You ready? You willing to do that, Ish? And vice versa, fella. You ready to do that, Ish? Nigga? The hell you talking about? I ain't ready. Y'all men out here, man, nobody gonna have no damn 6 figures. You know what it take to make 6 figures? If I had 6 figures, I have it. Some dudes have 6 figures and they don't know how to live with it. I'll be living like a freaking king with 6 figures because I know how to manage my money. They say credit score means something, don't it? Some of you women out here, y'all don't have no good credit. Bad credit and shit. Spending. So y'all spend the way y'all spend because dudes will take care of y'all. You know, dudes will trick pretty much. Yeah, baby, I got the bill. What you want on them bills? That nigga don't know his worth, man. That dude don't know his worth. Oh, what? Cause you make him feel good. You make him bust a nut and feel all good and shit. That shit get old, man. Like a beautiful woman, that's nice and everything, but when y'all talking about commitment, we start thinking about the greater length of time we gonna have to deal with y'all. It ain't no short thing. It ain't no lightweight thing. When y'all ask guys to commit, we gotta see you all the time. We gotta put up with you all the time. Some of y'all saying, well, we gotta put up with y'all. Thing is, a guy's more content when not being in a relationship. Y'all the one who want it. Act like guys want to be in a relationship. If we didn't have to be in a relationship, we don't. But a lot of y'all won't really, allow us to hit. See, a lot of guys they get into a relationship to shut y'all up, man. We don't want shit. We be good with like me right now. I'll be good with a handful of 5 women. 5 women rotation. I'll be good with that. Shit, we'll have multiple wives if we can. Try that multiple husband thing if you want to. Good luck with that. Some of y'all like to try to contrast and try to come back when guys have something to say. I try to come back with a so-called clever retort. So, yeah, this is like a rant now, I guess. But yeah, a lot of you black women need to wake up and stop blaming black men for y'all problems. Cause there's successful black men and women couples out here. Shit. Y'all act like y'all don't like sex, man. We know y'all like fucking. Just because y'all done. Y'all done ran through enough gas. Just imagine. I want you to understand, ladies. Like, you dealing with dudes out here. They may not have had sex in high school. I haven't. I started late in the game. I completely went through high school without having sex. Period. So you dealing with guys like that. You dealing with dudes that might have been like bookworm kind of guys. They went through life and then their career jump started. Now they sitting on top of the world and here your ass come with your several kids or kid. Or even if you don't have kids, you done got your sex in. You done partied up in college. Got ran through. The team slut, as my male cousin said back in the day. In reference to something. He got them all. He got that all in. Now this dude, he might have been with a couple chicks and all that. Now he's attracting better looking women, higher quality women, and he want to get out there and see what it's like. And here your ass come, trying to lock him down, and you wondering why guys is not trying to settle down. You dealing with guys like that, who started late in the game, getting laid and all that. How you gonna lock that guy down? He don't want to be locked down. You got yours in. He want to get his in. You want to roll up on a chick with a sports car and woo her and have her hop in. And you come, I want a man. You ain't serious about that. You ain't trying to hear that shit. You got your baby, yeah, them bills and stacked up. Now life done hit you. You want to get serious. That dude, successful men, they ain't trying to hear that shit. That's your problem. That's your problem. Your problem. So yeah, that's how that go. That's how that shit go. It's your problem, man. Well, he ain't gonna get none then. No, not from your ass. He ain't. Once you get a guy who's a lot older than you, if you're in your 40s, you got to get with a guy who's in his 60s or 70s who done slowed down. You know, hell, maybe get with a guy who's disabled or something, who would appreciate it, who didn't really have sexual experience like that at all, or who needs help. You're not gonna lock down some dude who just now getting a new lease on life. Or you become that devoted religious woman. You got the Nation of Islam. Those women, you know, those guys is committed. Those women is committed. But are you willing to lead that kind of life? Are you willing to go to church every day every Sunday as a Christian woman? Not just there to clap and dance to the music. Do you read your Bible? Do you even know what's going on in it? Do you know what's going on in it? See, the thing is with the Bible thumping women. See, here's the secret, fellas. Like when these women, these black women tell us that they want a Christian man and all that, they're looking for somebody to go to church. They're really looking for a guy with a certain mindset. I said this before in the video, that they can kind of manipulate. See, like Christian guys, you know, see, don't mess with the Nation of Islam. Them dudes is too sharp. They're too sharp. They're too damn sharp. So you ain't gonna really fuck with them. You ain't gonna really fuck around. You ain't gonna really mess with them dudes. So they want that Christian guy. The Christian guy, what kind of mindset does a Christian guy have? He has a kind of like a naive kind of mindset. Why? Because he's not really tapped into the streets like that. You know, he has a devout mentality. See, you got a lot of predatory women. They want that guy to be a Christian. They're not really Christians themselves, even though they go to church. They don't read their Bible. They don't let the lessons marinate and work themselves deep. They think by quoting nice things out the Bible, choice words and scriptures, they think that's what it means to be a Christian. They don't understand that the Christian life is a very disciplined life. You know, if you're a Christian woman, you got to know how to cook for your man and bake and all that. You can't be going out buying food every freaking time. What's up with that? You know, but those women really looking for that guy to manipulate. Yeah, I want a Christian guy. I came across another woman like that. I ain't heard from her since. You know, she want to run that spiel about she don't really judge guys who, you know. I told her I don't really go to church like that. I haven't been to church in over a decade. You know, I told her, I went to church. I can speak in tongues at will. See, y'all don't know that. I can do that anytime. That comes with having the Holy Spirit. Yeah, I would say that I have the Holy Spirit. But saying that probably scared the hell out of her. See, because she realized that, okay, this dude, he don't go to church like that, but the way he talks, and he still know the scriptures enough. I can't really run game on this dude. He's not naive enough. See, fellas, beware. If you're a Christian fella, beware of those women who pretend like they looking for a Christian guy. They just trying to manipulate you. I don't care if they go to church. They don't let the lessons marinate. They're not real. They just want you to be the guy that guy, because all they know is a Christian guy believes in that old school stuff and marriage and all that stuff and paying and all this stuff, and he don't know his worth, brown nosing, simping. That's what they look at, how they view a Christian guy. And that's the kind of guy they're looking for when they're asking for a Christian guy. Don't be that guy. I don't care what they asking for, what they claim to be and all that. They ain't worth a damn. Yeah, I'm revving up a little bit just by thinking about it. Like, these manipulative broads. Why do I say they manipulative? Predatory women looking for Christian men? Because every time I tell these women that I had a Holy Spirit, I can speak in tongues, and I break down scriptures for them, it turns them off each and every time. And these supposed to be diehard Christian women. See, the thing is, I don't go to church no more, but the lessons, they marinated. So I remember a lot that's in the Bible because those lessons marinated. Now my interpretation of the Bible has elevated. I just view the book as a metaphysical book, metaphorical book. I don't really take it, everything in there for face value. I understand that there's ancient translations. When you translate a language from one language to another, it doesn't scale parallel. People back then had nuances in the ways that they kind of interpret things. So the Bible is not really accurate, even though there's a curse in there that say you change the words. They already changed the words. So does the curse apply to the ones who changed the words? So you start thinking and start using logic in how you interpret the Bible, but that's another story. But it turns them off because they know I'm not that sucker they can manipulate. So if I start coming on, yeah, where you want to go? Doing all this crap. I'm trying to spend on them and woo them. Woo them for what? Will I get a hug or something after the date, or maybe a kiss? Nice date. Have a nice night. Talk to you later. I ain't trying to do no girl voices, but then what? They get their ego boosted up, feeling special. What you get out of that? They get to keep their money in their pocket. Take that money to buy their children Christmas gifts and shit. You didn't blow $50, $60, $70, $80, $100, maybe $200. Pop in your collar, yeah, you know, took this bitch out to a nice Ruth's Chris and all that. Whatever expensive restaurant, that tend to be the main restaurant. Expensive restaurant people talk about. Never been there. Thought about it going there. Shit, I buy myself something. Something to eat. You know, so that's that. That's a lot of you guys getting pimped, man. You pimping yourself, you sucker. You being a sucker, man. Look at your check now. You working hard and shit. You done spend $200. Man, it take a while to earn $200 on a regular salary. You know, maybe you're a street dude, you can make that quick, but that's the thing. A lot of you street dudes, I've seen it in the hood. A lot of street dudes have money early on. Y'all don't do nothing with it. Y'all don't save it. Y'all don't invest it. Y'all just lose it. Y'all end up on Social Security anyway. Some of y'all don't even end up on Social Security because y'all didn't put no fucking money into the system, into the governmental system. You got to put 10 years in and get those 4 points per year. You ain't put nothing into it. So you see them same dudes who's on top, they don't even have no Social Security to fall back on. Because they spent all that money up. They don't have no business to fall back on, nothing. They be them dudes at the park. Man, I was the man. Or now they trying to find a job in their older years. Like, yeah, you can spend all this money on women. You feel like you're the man and all that. Or you get hit with child support. Yeah, he's doing all this shit. And that child support thing is another thing. Like, you got women out here, man. Like, that's not loyalty. Yeah, I believe in putting the man on child support and all that, you know, because that's his child. But a lot of you women don't work with the guy. Y'all don't work with him. Y'all do it out of spite. Y'all bury that man in debt. Like, how you gonna pay for the children if we can't get out the debt, dummy? Why don't you work with this guy? Now, if the dude's a deadbeat, he don't want to do shit, or the dude, now you can probably, fuck that dude. I'm saying, I'm sorry, fellas, but I was a victim of that. I wish my mom put my dad on child support, man. Not because necessarily, see, that's the thing. I didn't really want my dad's money. I just wanted him to be there. He's born in the early 40s. I wanted to talk to him about Jim Crow and history and what was going on during that time. He wasn't around, so he ended up dying. I found that out some years later. That's what a lot of male youth want. We want just to be able to talk to and fellowship with our father, man. It ain't about the money, really. Because what's done is done. We grew up you say we grew up poor and all this. How you gonna fix that? We have questions, stuff going on in biology. You want to find out, what your dad did when he was going through puberty and all this. You might want to ask him about women. That's what we want. That's what a lot of, young men want. See, a lot of you black women and some single mothers from other races, y'all don't care about those things. Y'all just want the money and y'all want to put burdens. Don't chase the man away, shit. But that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all don't really care. Y'all would get with dudes who have babies. I remember my sister, the one I fell out with, I remember she said she wanted to have a baby. Then she completely put him off on my mom. Now he out here struggling, out in the street smoking weed, he been in a couple rap videos from the D and all that. He has potential, but, my grandmother, my mom raised him most of the time. Damaged. Sister thought she was better than the mother. Now she worse off. Financially, she has the potential not to be, because she's a freaking nurse and has a short ways to be a RN, so she has that potential, even though she has almost twice the children. There's still time for her to make that quota. Bunch of baby daddies and all that. So she ended up being the woman who she swore she wasn't going to be. That's the irony of it. And you know why? Why that happened, black women? Because she wouldn't listen. When I stayed, my mom back then and her, I used to try to, I would tell dudes they had to bounce. They would try to come over the crib with me there. Like, see, that's the thing, ladies. Like, y'all have a brother. If I would have just let niggas come over while I'm there, what'd that say about me? That look bad on me. All right, shit, I can just come over there, man. That suck ass nigga. He upstairs playing video games on the computer. Fuck that nigga, man. Come on, they smash his sister. That nigga ain't gonna do nothing. Mind you, I'm a nigga back then. I'm bench pressing 445. I can bear hug these motherfuckers and crush the life out of them. When I'm supposed to let some niggas come over and smash, but that's what happened. My own mother undermined my authority. This ain't your house. You can't tell dudes not to come here and shit. One dude I told not to come back, he got mad and shot up in the air. I asked her, my sister, I was like, who's that? Who he doing that for? He doing it for you? So I picked her ass up by her collar. Yeah, she was pregnant and all that. That's the only thing I regret, pregnant with my nephew, who she ended up neglecting because she cared about him so much. Kind of picked her up and pushed her back, and she fell and all this shit. That's the only time I put hands on her. What the hell, she co-signed a nigga threatening me with some gunshots because I told that nigga to bounce. There's a bunch of dudes coming to the crib like I'm a suck-ass nigga and gonna let them in. I'm supposed to be okay with that. That makes me look bad. I'm in my early 20s. Like 22, something like that. 21, 22. So y'all don't even think about it. Y'all just care about you. how it makes you feel, what you want. That'll make me a target, man. When niggas, you have a reputation as a sucker, a punk out on the street, that trickles down and elsewhere. Same niggas will see me somewhere, they be like, oh, that's a nigga, that's a brother. A little punk ass dude, he ain't say nothing, man. That nigga, we come on, we be smashing this sister, he ain't say shit. That's how that shit go. Reputation can save your life if you got a strong reputation. See, a lot of y'all be saying avoid fights and all the mom used to say that shit. And that's why I used to tell her I'm not too hard on my nephew. You can't avoid everything. He get into a lot of fights in school. You can't walk away from that. Y'all don't understand what it's like to be a black man out of here. You know, if you can't afford to leave the environment, you got to deal with it, and you got to have a decent reputation, a stand-up kind of reputation. You're a little sucker, man. Known as a sucker. Word travels by association. You know, people will fuck with y'all there. You know, y'all don't care about that. You got a woman, y'all be talking crazy to your guy. Other people see that. See, that's why you have black men out here, they try to take their problems out on other guys. Because they women be talking crazy to them and all that. They trying to maintain a reputation so they won't be fucked with. If you have a weak reputation, man, people don't start fucking with you. See, a lot of you black women, y'all don't understand that. Y'all don't care. It's about you, what you want. You want that ring. Like I said before earlier, bow down. Humble yourself. You want that ring, humble yourself. We don't owe you shit. Some of y'all want to say, we don't owe you shit. Y'all the one want to be married though. Well, we get out the deal. Y'all leave, y'all take most of the money, y'all get the children, house, the car, and all that shit. Why we want to sign up for that? What's the benefit really? You put it in perspective. You'd be a damn sucker to marry y'all asses. If we gonna risk marriage, y'all better be on your knees crawling, walking on knees. Please marry me. I would do anything. Say that, you gotta say that. Now everything y'all probably saying, this is a male chauvinist stuff. I'm telling y'all, that's where it's at nowadays. Y'all don't understand the dire situation y'all are in. Y'all sit on y'all fat asses. I say fat, PHAT. And y'all think y'all can just wait men out and have a choice pick. The older you get, the worse it get. And the more children you get, the worse it get. Because guys, we really look at women with children. We kind of just look at y'all like playthings or something. We don't really take y'all seriously, man, because the results of your life is not a one of a serious woman. If you have a bunch of children by different men, that means you're not a serious woman. You're not real about yours. And you trying to be real with the new guy, the next guy, he ain't gonna accept that shit. Why you wasn't real 4 children ago? I can see if you had one and then you stopped, now you got real. You have 4 more fucking kids. What's up with that? And you're supposed to take you seriously because now you talking firmly. That don't mean a damn thing. A woman who's serious, your life reflects your seriousness. I've said it before in the video. Even a dude, y'all call them dudes dusty, but you got to look at his life. You know, one chick said I was dusty. Maybe it's some more comments saying I'm dusty, but I don't have no children. I don't smoke weed. I don't do drugs. I don't smoke cigarettes. I got an associate's degree. I got a CDL A with a bunch of endorsements on it. Like, okay, you think I'm dusty because I don't wear the suit, I don't dress up like the nigga or Will Smith type of dude, or one of the the smooth player type of shit. But that's just a different brand of a guy, or the garbage man, the truck driver's dusty. Let the trash pile up. Let the trash pile up and watch it look like a third world country. That's the difference between a third world country, ladies. The garbage man, the sewage systems, all these things is efficient over here. But they don't take out the trash. Nobody do the trash, get rid of the trash. It's gonna look like a third world country. The trucks don't move. You ain't gonna be able to get all that nice flash you want. Like y'all not real, man. Y'all need to put things into perspective. What y'all willing to do for a man? Y'all trying to judge a man by what he spend on you. How you go on a date with him, and you're trying to measure him up that way. We measuring you up by how real you are. Real talk. Does that make this woman shy away? Does it turn her off? See, a lot of y'all start so-called getting real after y'all done been ran through. Y'all have no choice but the realness kind of forces y'all to be that kind of woman that you should have been early on. But yeah, I don't want this to be no kind of crazy rant, so I'm gonna cut it short right here. All right, folks.